It's the year 2023, and you just got yourself the latest and greatest from Apple, the iPhone 14 Pro. Now, you would think that this device over here would do all the things out there. But what if I were to tell you that even in 2023, there are a lot of things which the iPhone does not do, and Androids might be way ahead of iPhones in terms of adapting and bringing out new features. So, without any further delay, let us get down to business. First up is reverse wireless charging. Now, with all the ecosystem Apple has built around the iPhones and the MacBooks, like your AirPods, your Apple Watches, you would think that you should be able to charge your AirPods or your Apple Watch using your iPhone. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And every time a friend of mine has to charge his AirPods, I have to bring out the Pixel 7 out here, which has reverse wireless charging, and yes, it can charge your iPhone as well. Then let us talk about notifications. Now, anybody who has used both an Android and an iPhone, you will no doubt tell me that notifications on Android are any day better than what you have on the iPhones. And with the latest iPhones, Apple added new notification with iOS 16.2, wherein the notifications now come from the bottom of the display, and trust me, even iPhone owners are not happy about this change. And to add injury to the wounds, on the Android, we have a feature called notification history. So if I go into my settings and then I can access the notification history, and bam, here it is. You can see all the different notifications which I have received. I can actually view the notification history. So even if I miss a notification, I can go into the notification history and access it. But the iPhone, on the other hand, well, what can I say? And while we are talking about notifications, another awesome feature which is present on Android but the iPhone still cannot do it in 2023 is per app notifications. Now, no doubt some apps like WhatsApp lets you set a custom notification sound for that specific app. But what if you cannot do it in the app? Then on the iPhone in Apple's walled garden, you cannot do anything. It is going to use the default notification sound which you have set on your iPhone. But on my Android over here, I can go into that specific app. So let us say I go into Amazon shopping, I go into notifications, tap on notifications one more time, and bam, here it is. I can set the default notification sound for this specific app, even if that option is not available to me within the application. Pretty nifty feature in my humble opinion, which the iPhones should be doing in 2023. Next up, let us talk about call history. So I was like surprised to see that on my iPhone, it only displays last 100 call history, and that too, that includes your WhatsApp calls, your FaceTime calls. Even though Apple stores the last 1000 call history, you are able to see only last 100. No such limitation on my Android over here. So, what the hell, Apple? What the hell? And while we are on the topic of calling, how about call recording? Android phones out there have had call recording for ages, but with the walled garden of Apple and their iPhones, you do not have call recording in 2023. Seriously, Apple, you need to bring down the walls a little bit. And what about D9 dialing? So here it is, I'm on the dialer of my iPhone. Let us say I'm looking for Mr. Tim Apple. So I can always use the D9 dialing feature wherein I type in the numbers, it should give me the name. Nope, that's not going to happen. But on my iPhone over here, here it is. I type in the numbers, D9 dialing kicks in, and I can call Tim Apple right away. Next up, everybody knows, and there are no two opinions about it, that the iPhones are the kings when it comes to video recording. But it is also super surprising to see a basic feature missing. So here it is, I am recording a video. The only option I have over here is to stop the recording. That is it. What if I want to pause the recording? On iPhones, you cannot do it. Here it is. I am on my Pixel over here. This is Android. I can pause the video right now and then I can resume it whenever I want to. So, well, you might be the kings and the best at video recording, but you are missing out on a pretty basic feature as well. Then let us talk about the green bubble, the blue bubble, your messages, and your iMessage. Now, Apple, in its walled garden style, when anybody from Android sends somebody on an iPhone a picture, a video, you get into that blue bubble, green bubble situation. Videos are like super bad quality when they are received on the iPhone, and you would think that, hey, I am superior over here as well because I have an iPhone. What if I told you that a pretty basic feature of sending a scheduled message, you cannot do it in iMessage, one of the most advanced messaging apps out there? Pun intended, but here on my iPhone, all I need to do is press and hold on the SMS option, and bam, there it is. These are the options. I can also pick a date and time using the other option on my screen. Then, what about multitasking on a pro phone? What if I were to tell you that multitasking on iPhones is like non-existent? Why? Because here it is on my Pixel over here. I can go ahead and open two apps at the same time. So let us say I'm watching a video on the top screen, and on the bottom part I'm taking notes. I'm watching a lecture, I'm watching a tutorial. Whatever I'm doing, I can use two apps at the same time. Can you do that on your iPhones? Well, you can, but you'll have to switch between the applications. Herein, I can do it without switching between those apps, and this app pair is saved in my recents until and unless I clear the recent applications, which again, saving it in my recents on my Android device. Awesome feature. And what about the typing experience? Every time I tap on a word on the iPhone, I am trying to tap in the middle of a word, but it will take me either to the beginning of the word or to the end of the word. And then if I have to move to a specific character, I have to press and hold, and then I can move to a specific character. Here on my Android device, if I tap in the middle, I am in the middle of the word. I am not forced to be at the beginning or the end, and of course, I can always press and hold to move to a specific character in case I missed the character where I wanted to be within that word. And this not able to tap at a specific character within a word, we have a similar example in the music applications as well. So on my Androids, I can tap anywhere on the timeline of the music and it will take me to that specific point of time. Can I do that on my iPhone? Nope. So you have to press and hold and then drag it. I mean, come on, Apple, it's 2023. Please be a bit flexible and more user friendly. And last but not the least, have you ever wanted to transfer one file from your Android to your computer or from your computer to your Android? Can you do that easily? Yes, all you have to do is plug in the cable and you can access the internal storage on your Android device, transfer whatever file, picture, video, back and forth, whatever you want to do. Is that possible on an iPhone? Well, you'll have to sync up the whole music library or the whole image library, or you might have to use AirDrop, and AirDrop only works if you have an Apple device like, say, the iPad or your MacBooks or your Mac minis. So, yes, the walled garden is trying to keep you and confine you within those Apple walls. And there it is, peeps. Those are some of the things which an iPhone still cannot do in 2023. And about this comparison between Android versus iOS, Android versus iPhone, do let me know via comments below which one do you prefer.